community and simply help you stay on track with your finances. We have 3 money management options to choose from, so find an option that fits your unique needs. It's available on desktop or mobile. Simply go to faithfi.com and click App to get started. Is God calling you to ministry? It's time to multiply your capacity for ministry with an affordable degree. The Bachelor of Arts in Christian Ministry at Wesley Biblical Seminary is the degree for you. When God called you to ministry, He called you to preparation. This degree is the education that you need to put all the pieces together for an amazing life of ministry. You will graduate with a confidence for ministry that is backed up by your competence in the scriptures, theology, and ministry. Come learn with a trusted seminary that will help you become a faithful leader. Learn more at wbs.edu.
Hey, Greg, I need some advice.
Oh, what's up?
I'm really struggling with finding ways to cut back. With costs going up, especially in healthcare, what do you guys do?
We use CHM, Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's a health cost sharing ministry that's been sharing members' eligible medical bills for over 40 years. Sure helped us stick to our budget. Here's the website, chministries.org. chministries.org.
This is American Family Radio, a listener-supported ministry of the American Family Association.
Great to have you with us today on Faith and Finance here on American Family Radio. Looks like all the lines are full, so let's head right back to the phones. We're going to talk to Jose in Texas. Go ahead, Jose. How can I help?
Yeah, my question is, my dad got a letter from, I think it's Fidelity, to take out his money. If not, they were going to start charging him a monthly fee because he no longer works for that employer. He was laid off. He's 60 years old, but now he works for the city of Midland. Can he roll it over without being taxed, or what can he do? Because I don't know how to do anything except take it out. And he,
Yeah, you don't want to take a distribution because that would all be taxable. You want to roll that over either into a new 401k if he's continuing to work, or to an IRA, an individual retirement account. The key is you don't want the check to be cut to him. You want to do that direct rollover to the new account. So is he continuing to work?
Yes, he works for the city now.
Okay. So they, and what kind of retirement? Does he have a 457 available at work, or what does he have?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I try to help him as much as I can because he really doesn't, know anything about anything. He just been saving for a long time.
Sure.
But,
how much is in that 401k for this previous employer?
I think he has about $97,000.
Yeah, okay. So you've got 2 options. One is you can ask him to contact the plan administrator with his new employer just to ask if he would be able to roll an old 401k in. The nice thing about that would be that it's just got everything in one place, so he doesn't have to kind of keep up with another account. If that's not an option, then you're going to want to help him open an individual retirement account, an IRA, at another institution. You could use Fidelity or Schwab, one of the discount brokerages. Or if you wanted to hire an advisor to manage this money for you, I would interview and select that advisor first, and then let the advisor open the IRA and do the rollover for you. The nice thing about that is that you and he would know that somebody that you all are communicating with regularly, but somebody is overseeing these accounts and making the buy and sell decisions. Do you think that's what you'd be looking for, or do you guys want to manage this yourself?
No, I'm not too bright with all that stuff. I've read a little, learned, I know a little bit, but not enough to, make his money go, because he's trying to retire at least till he's 65 to have Medicare, and he's worked hard all his life, hard labor, so his body is just wore out, and he says, I'm going to try to stick it out until 65, but hopefully no longer than that.
How long is that? How far off?
5 years.
Okay, yeah, very good. So what I would do, Jose, is perhaps you and he could reach out to a couple of certified Kingdom advisors there in Texas. That's the designation we trust here at Faith and Finance. It's the only accepted industry designation in the financial services industry for men and women who've met high standards and character and competence and experience, and they've been trained to bring biblically wise financial advice. They've had pastor and client references. So they've gone through a lot of hurdles, but you could find a CKA there in Texas. I'd probably interview 2 or 3 and then select the one that's the best fit. And then that advisor, if you decided to move forward, would again open the IRA in your dad's name and then could handle the rollover from the 401k. They'd get the paperwork, ask your dad to get that, and then they'd move the account in. And then you'd have somebody that would be ready to make the buy and sell decisions on that for you. That would not be a taxable event as well. And then that person could help with some of the planning just around making sure he's ready for retirement when that time comes, have a plan for what his lifestyle is going to look like, his expenses, how his life savings plus Social Security, whether that's going to be enough to cover his bills in that season of life, and just kind of make sure that you all have the peace of mind to know, what you're working toward. So that would be my best recommendation. Jose, I'd head to faithfi.com. It's faithfi.com. Click Find a CKA, and then interview some folks in your area, okay?
How much would they charge him if he was to just take it out? Because my dad, he's old school. And honestly, his school, going into 6th grade.
Okay.
So he doesn't know anything to do with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't take a distribution, because then that whole $100,000 is going to be added to his taxable income for the year, as if he made $100,000 in income. So he's going to have a huge tax bill, which will undoubtedly push at least a portion of that up into a higher tax bracket. And then, he'd have that huge tax liability. And if he's not yet 59 and a half, which it sounds like he might be real close, then he'd have a 10% penalty on top of it. So if you didn't want to hire an advisor, what I'd do is just roll it to an IRA. You could open an IRA on his behalf at Schwab or Fidelity and then roll it in. There's no cost for that. And then you all could buy some CDs or something like that, whatever you were comfortable with. But I wouldn't take a distribution if it were me.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that'll work. I'll talk to him. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Jose. God bless you. Thanks for being such a great son to help your dad navigate all of this. We appreciate your call. We've got one line open, 800-525-7000. Let's go to Alabama. Hi, Sarah. How can I help you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to put this question as distinctly as possible. I have purchased a home in a vacation area because my daughter lives in the vacation area. And I thought it would be just simple to say, look, we'll, use it as rental property and rent it to her. I've already put it in an LLC, but then I realized I would not be charging her the same amount of rent that I would someone else. And as a Christian, you want to do things right, and do it the right way. But then I read, and it fits for me and my husband, is that we will be sharing it. Like, we'll be going there and using the property at times as well. So I read that there is something else called, it's like a, is it investment or, two types, rental and investment property, correct?
Well, there's a rental classification, and then there's personal use.
Yes. Okay. So I will be using it. I think there's a law or there's something that says that you have to use it at least 10% of the time that you rent it. Is that correct? If you have it as a different sort of rental, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
That's correct.
That's what I read. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, you're going to need to be careful here, and I would get a CPA involved in this, because here's the thing. When you're renting to a family, you want to rent at fair market value, and if you don't, and you can, in some cases, get away with that, but here's the reality is, number one, it could be considered a gift, but what's even more important than that is, if you're not careful, you can risk losing a portion of your rental expense deductions, because it could be classified as a personal use property if you're renting it below fair market value. And so you're going to want to get a CPA just to kind of weigh in on this, so that you understand, because you want this, you wanted the determination on this property is that it's a rental, because if it's rented out, then you have the ability for, to deduct the expenses. And you're right, neither the owner use of the property, it's got to be for 10% of the number of days the property was rented at fair market value during the tax year. And if it qualifies for a rental property, then that's where you can deduct certain expenses. So there's the amount of days that it's being used, or rented at fair market value. And then there's, what is considered fair market value, and can you defend that before the IRS? So you're going to want to look at both sides of this, and it does complicate it a bit when you rent it to a family member, because I can totally understand you're wanting to try to help her and give her a discount on it. So here's what I'm going to recommend. I'd get a CPA involved in this, because everything you do, you want to be able to defend it before the IRS and not find out after the fact that you owe a bunch of taxes based on the way you handle it. Stay on the line. We'll talk a bit more off the air. Our thanks to Certified Kingdom Advisor Wade Chessman, President and Wealth Advisor, and his team at Chessman Wealth Strategies in Dallas for their support of faith and finance. Their goal is to help their clients expand their understanding of biblical financial principles and how to implement them. The website is chessmanwealth.com. The phone number is 214-572-2120. Investment advisory services offered through CWM LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Send joy to a child in need with Operation Christmas Child. Simply pack a shoebox with fun toys, school supplies, and hygiene items. Then bring it to a drop-off location during National Collection Week, now through Monday. You can also build a shoebox online. The best part is the good news of Jesus Christ is shared alongside your gift, and each child is given the opportunity to participate in a life-changing discipleship program. Visit SamaritansFirst.org/OCC to learn more.
What's most important to you when it comes to choosing your financial advisor? Someone who's aligned with your biblical values? How about someone who will take the time to explain your options? Certified Kingdom Advisors are professionals who meet high standards in competence and integrity, and have been trained to offer biblical financial advice. To find a Certified Kingdom Advisor in your area, visit faithfi.com and click Find a CKA.
We are grateful for support from Eventide Investments on the Faith and Finance program. Eventide's approach to values-based investing is grounded in the belief that humankind was created in the image of God, with intrinsic dignity, value, and worth. Eventide calls this investing that makes the world rejoice. More information is available at eventideinvestments.com. That's eventideinvestments.com. Faith and Finance here on American Family Radio. The number, 800-525-7000. That's 800-525-7000. We've got a few lines open. We'd love to hear from you today. Let's head back to the phones. To Illinois we go. Luana, thanks for calling. How can I help?
Hey there, Rob. Thanks for taking my call. And I just wanted us to remember that the RFD purses and wallets can help with the scanning for the credit cards, because especially during this season, Thanksgiving and Christmas and everything, they're out there with those scanners getting our credit card numbers.
Yeah, that's a great reminder, Luana. So what she's talking about is the RFID wallets. So these tech-savvy thieves can use an RFID reader to scan the information from your credit card. It essentially uses radio waves to read the data.
Good, how are you?
So the purpose of that type of wallet is to block these radio waves. It's made of a special material that can block or interrupt the radio waves. So if you're in a...
She said she want to contact with you, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, you know. You good? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah.
I'll text her today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure that is the type of wallet that blocks those waves. It's a great reminder. A lot of things for helping keep us safe. As we're out here and out and about, and especially as we're heading into the holiday shopping season. We appreciate it. 800-525-7000 is the call to text this week.
India? You from India? Are you from India?
Huh?
India?
Yeah.
Where?
Huh?
Where are you from, India?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
Why?
No, just asking.
I'm from Puerto Rico.
No, just asking you. You look like from India. You look like from India.
Oh, for real?
That's why I say, you know,
Yeah, I get
ask
that
you.
a lot. A lot of people tell me that.
Punjabi
Yeah.
from Pakistan. Take care, okay?
A portion of your benefits is taxable, and so you have to get over that limit before it is going to be taxable to you. So you probably don't need to file, but you may want to if you think you might get a refund if you've had anything withheld. But if you haven't, you're probably in good shape. But if you are just wondering, never a bad idea to check with a tax professional, James, just to be sure. But in all likelihood, you know, if you're under that threshold, either $25,000 or $32,000 for a married couple, you don't owe anything and therefore don't need to file. Okay?
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right, James. God bless you, my friend. Thanks for being on the program. 800-525-7000 is the number to call. To North Carolina, we go. Hi, Ricky. How can I help?
Yes, I'm at the age of retirement and I'm able to draw my Social Security 100%. I've talked to my CPA and I'm not satisfied with the answer, so I'm not sure to go ahead and start drawing so I can utilize the money other places, or the best way to go about doing it.
Yeah, it's a great question. So you said 65 years old right now, is that right? 65 and a half?
That is correct.
All right. Yeah, I mean, here's the reality, Ricky, is for every year you wait, you're going to get an additional 8% on that check. And so the question is, do you want to go ahead and take it now and start collecting? And then what would you do with it? If you don't need the money, we generally, for somebody who's healthy, we would say, you know, wait it out. Because the reality is, if you waited all the way until age 70, you would have to live at least 12 more years to be able to be repaid for everything you didn't start taking at full retirement age. But then you'd have a higher check to the tune of probably around 25% more per month for the rest of your life. So if the Lord tarries and you're in good health, you know, you should be in pretty good shape at that point because you'd have a higher check. But yes, you are giving something up. And so it really comes down first to do you need the money now? And will it make a material impact on your lifestyle? If the answer is no, because your bills are covered from other sources, you really don't need it, then I kind of like the idea, again, if you're in good health, of you letting that check continue to build by 8% a year. So it really comes down to how long you're going to live. None of us know that, right? So we have to just make the best decision we can. Would we rather get it now and enjoy it, or would we rather wait and collect more for the rest of your life, you know, down the road? And that's the ultimate determination. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's basically what he had said. So, and I have been in good health, but I did get COVID, and then I ended up taking the 2 shots, and I've been having issues that, you know, with eyes but either way, and I'm self-employed, so I don't have a whole lot banked, but I mean, you know, I got land and other things, so I mean, definitely you could always use the money, and I would put it towards paying off property that I own or something in that nature. So that was, you know, I guess that's, I know 8% is probably a good rate considering the way everything else is, you know, so.
It is, and I think that's really the key. And, you know, if you don't have a whole lot saved up because you have been self-employed all these years, then that extra, you know, amount in that check could go a long way to helping you, you know, meet your obligations well into the future. And so I kind of like the idea, again, if you're continuing to work right now and you've got your bills covered, letting that check continue to grow, even though you're giving up the opportunity to start collecting earlier, you're going to build up that check so that it's a much higher check than it would have been for the rest of your life. And assuming, again, you get past that 12-year mark, now you're, quote, in the money, so to speak, and you enjoy, that higher check to the tune of about 24% for the rest of your life.
Right. Now, when you say get past the 12-year mark, that's so you're looking at 82 at that point, right?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah. And then after 82, you would have been repaid because your check has been higher for those 12 years. That higher amount has repaid you for what you didn't collect at full retirement age. And then from that point forward, you've been made whole. And now you just have that bigger check for the rest of your life.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It does help a lot.
Good. I'm glad. Thanks for calling today. Let's head to Louisiana. Hi, Steve. How can I help?
Yeah, I got a question for you. I'm drawing Social Security.
All right.
The first year I drew it, I was working, and they taxed me on the money that I worked over Social Security. Now, this year, I haven't worked at all, and when this year rolls around, all I have is my Social Security. Do I pay taxes on that?
Probably not. I mean, the way that it works is you take your adjusted gross income, you add your non-taxable interest, and then you add half of your Social Security benefits, and that's your combined income. And then if you're filing jointly, if your combined income is between, $32,000 and $44,000, then you'd pay income tax on up to 50% of your benefits. If you're more than $44,000, you'd pay up to 85% of your benefits may be taxable. But if you're below those thresholds with your combined income, then you don't owe taxes.
Okay. Thank you so much. I just heard you mention something to another guy that called about paying taxes on Social Security, but I guess so. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right, Steve. God bless you. Thanks for calling today. We appreciate it.
Hey, bless your ministry, brother.
Well, I appreciate
I've listened to you for years, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, thank you, sir. That means a lot. God bless you. Let's finish up today in Missouri. Norma, you'll be our final.